For centuries, the Mayan civilization has fascinated people with its impressive history and culture. But now, the $30 billion Tren Maya project is drawing attention. A 1,000-mile railway is stretching across this land. Just think how vast it is. This railway will connect ancient ruins, breathtaking beaches, and vibrant cities. Can you imagine? You can travel through history, nature, and modern life all in one trip. It's truly a beautiful vision, isn't it? But as with all big dreams, nothing comes easily. There are still many challenges that come with it. The Tren Maya project is almost finished. So now let's dive into its goals, the economic impact it promises, and obviously the debates that have followed its journey.
I am not systematically against the train. I am against the train the way it's being done right.
The Tren Maya is a 500-kilometer rail network forming a loop around Mexico's Yucatán Peninsula. This region is known for its stunning coastal tourist spots, like the famous Riviera Maya, a breathtaking stretch of coastline between Cancun and Tulum. With its white sand beaches and luxury hotels, the Riviera Maya attracts over 33 million visitors each year. Yet this place hasn't always been a modern paradise. Long before it became a tourist hotspot, the Yucatán Peninsula was home to the Maya civilization, the original indigenous population of this land. The Maya left behind countless cities, temples, and pyramids, many of which still stand today as reminders of their rich history. These ancient structures, like the ruins of Chichen Itza, a new seven wonders of the world, have become attractions in their own right, blending history and culture with the region's natural beauty. Despite the booming tourism industry in southeastern Mexico, getting around this region isn't exactly simple. This has created a unique challenge for visitors. Take Cancun, for example. While it's easy to reach through Cancun International Airport, the city remains relatively isolated from the rest of the Yucatán Peninsula. This isolation makes exploring the region's inland treasures time-consuming and inconvenient. For instance, the shortest trip from Cancun to the famous Chichen Itza ruins takes about 3 hours by bus, if traffic is light. That's 6 hours of sitting on a bus for a round trip, and even more when you include the heavy traffic. Other archaeological sites are even harder to reach, so remote that they rarely see visitors. This lack of accessibility leaves many of the peninsula's historical gems undiscovered by most tourists. The Tren Maya is designed to solve the challenge of travel by linking many popular tourist destinations like Cancun, Tulum, Mérida, Playa del Carmen, and even Chichen Itza. This massive project is divided into 7 segments, each playing a key role in connecting the region. Segment 1, for example, is unique as it's the only part outside the main loop. It starts in Palenque and heads to Escarcega, serving as the gateway that links the railway to the rest of the country. The remaining 6 segments form the main loop around the Yucatán Peninsula. Segments 2, 3, and 4 connect Escarcega to Cancun, passing through important stops like Chichen Itza and Mérida, the capital of Yucatán. From there, segments 5, 6, and 7 complete the loop, taking travelers from Cancun back to Escarcega. Along the way, it stops at popular spots like Playa del Carmen, Tulum, and Chetumal, which sits near the border with Belize. Together, these connections promise to make exploring the peninsula much easier and more enjoyable. The Tren Maya will feature 20 stations and 14 stops, with plans to carry between 22,000 and 37,000 passengers daily. This impressive figure isn't just about tourists, it's also about serving local residents. The network will handle passenger traffic between towns and cities, while also transporting freight along its route. This dual purpose makes the project even more significant for the region. To make things efficient and eco-friendly, about 40% of the 500-kilometer route, around 700 kilometers, will be fully electrified. This includes the section connecting Mérida to Chetumal through Cancun. The remaining 60% will use a hybrid system powered by both diesel and electricity, ensuring flexibility across the network. The construction of this project began in June 2020 under the leadership of former Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. To speed up progress, parts of the project are using existing infrastructure. In some areas, the route follows land that was already cleared or had tracks previously laid, helping the ambitious project move forward quickly and efficiently. At first, the Tren Maya project was being built by a mix of Mexican and Chinese construction companies. However, as of September 2023, something interesting happened. The construction and operation of the project were fully handed over to the Secretariat of National Defense and the military. This shift marked a major change in how the project was being managed. This approach is not new under the administration of former President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. Many of his major infrastructure projects have been carried out by the military. Obrador explained that this decision was made to guarantee good administration, aiming to ensure the projects are well managed and completed efficiently. In May 2021, a consortium made up of Bombardier Transportation Mexico, Alstom Transport Mexico, GAMI Ingeniería e Instalaciones, and Construcciones Urales Procesos Industriales won an important contract. This international public tender, issued by Fonatur, the government agency in charge of the Tren Maya, was worth €1 billion. It included the design, production, and delivery of 42 Citrapolis TM trains. Additionally, the contract covered railway systems, workshops, and garages, all key parts of this iconic Mexican project. One of the main reasons this consortium was chosen was its ability to guarantee that all 42 trains would be built locally. These trains were successfully manufactured at the Ciudad Sahagun facility in the state of Hidalgo, located in central Mexico. This accomplishment fulfilled the goal of creating a train for Mexico, built in Mexico. With the trains now complete, the project has not only showcased local craftsmanship, but also created significant job opportunities during the manufacturing process. By building these trains locally, the Ciudad Sahagun plant stands as one of Mexico's most iconic sites for railroad construction. Spanning over 464,515 square meters, this plant has been a hub of activity, with more than 2,000 locomotives built there between 1998 and 2015. Now it is home to the production of the Extrapolis TM electric train, which will have a unique design created specifically for Mexico. This updated, reliable, and competitive train is based on models that have already proven successful. The train's design draws inspiration from the rich Mayan culture, symbolizing the majesty of the jaguar, a key figure in the region's heritage. Its elegance, speed, and beauty are reflected in the design, while the 42 trains manufactured here will showcase the vibrant colors and textures that represent the art of the region. The Mayan train is designed to offer 3 different types of trains, each catering to a unique travel experience. First, there's the Shinbal, which means walking. This is the standard service train, perfect for regular trips. It features large panoramic windows that let passengers enjoy the beautiful scenery as they travel through the region. Janal, which translates to eating. This train comes with a restaurant car, designed with inspiration from the work of the renowned engineer and architect Louis Barragan. The spaces here are not only comfortable but also perfectly set up for travelers to savor the flavors of regional cuisine. Finally, there's the Patal, meaning staying. This train is built for long-distance travel, offering cozy cabins for both day and night journeys, and unique experience, making it ideal for extended trips across the region. The interior design of the Mayan train takes inspiration from the shades of blue that reflect the sea surrounding the region, blending it with natural, organic shapes. Moving into spaces like the lobbies and cafeteria, a mix of warm hues creates a welcoming and cozy atmosphere, making every traveler feel right at home. Continuing this thoughtful approach, all 3 versions of the Extrapolis TM trains are designed to be both practical and comfortable. This train will benefit from advanced components and knowledge contributed by the former Bombardier company. One standout feature is the lightweight Flex Eco bogie, which allows the train to reach a top speed of 176 kilometers per h. When the Tren Maya was first announced in 2018, the estimated cost was around $7.4 billion USD. The project was set to be mainly funded by the government through its National Tourism Fund. However, as time passed, the estimated cost skyrocketed, reaching an astonishing $30 billion USD based on the latest figures. Despite the challenges, including delays caused by the COVID-19 pandemic and a court ruling that temporarily stopped construction, progress continued. By December 2023, the first segments of the Tren Maya, running from Campeche to Cancun, opened to the public. This milestone, achieved in just 3.5 years after construction began. This is truly impressive, isn't it? But the story doesn't stop there. Just 2 weeks after the first segment opened, the route from Cancun to Palenque also started operations. This extended the network by over 300 kilometers further south, making the system even more connected. 2 months later, another important part of the railway opened to the public. This segment connects Cancun to Playa del Carmen, passing through key areas of the Riviera Maya. By September 2024, this coastal route was extended further south, reaching the city of Felipe Carrillo Puerto. Only 9 days after that, the station in the city of Chetumal was officially inaugurated. Former President López Obrador celebrated this milestone just days before leaving office, handing over the reins as the new president prepared to take charge. However, the new station in Chetumal doesn't fully connect to the rest of the system yet. This is because Segment 6 between Felipe Carrillo Puerto and Bacalar, along with all of Segment 7, is still under construction. As of today, the station is mainly used for travel between Chetumal and Bacalar. The full completion of the Tren Maya is expected by mid of this year, 2025, with the unfinished segments now about 70% complete. Meanwhile, the newly elected President of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo, has promised to extend the project further and better integrate it into the national train system. This promise aligns with her political background, as she is a close ally and protege of the former president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador. Winning nearly 60% of the vote, she was sworn in as Mexico's first female president. While this is a historic achievement, Sheinbaum now faces the challenge of addressing the country's pressing issues while carrying forward ambitious projects like the Tren Maya. Claudia Sheinbaum has committed to several extensions of the Tren Maya, aiming to make the system even more extensive. One of her key plans is a 50-kilometer extension from Mérida to the port city of Progreso. Alongside this, she is also exploring the idea of creating a new route that would connect the state of Veracruz and the Trans-Isthmus Railway to Palenque, linking it to the rest of the Tren Maya network. The main reason the Tren Maya was built in the first place was to help spread out the concentration of tourists along the Caribbean coast and bring them to the inland areas of the Yucatán Peninsula. However, this project holds many other potential benefits beyond just tourism. The expansions Sheinbaum is considering could further enhance the railway's impact, helping to boost local economies and improve accessibility across the region. With the Tren Maya, tourists can now explore more of Mexico with ease, but the benefits go beyond tourism. The railway also serves as a passenger service for locals, helping them travel between cities for work or personal needs. This added convenience makes life easier for many people living in the region. Additionally, the network supports freight transport, solving multiple logistical challenges in one project. By improving connections between cities in the Yucatán Peninsula, the Tren Maya encourages development and brings new economic opportunities to the local population. This is especially important for a region that has often been overlooked by the government in the past. The Tren Maya project has already made a significant impact on employment, with the construction of the trains alone creating over 10,000 jobs for the local population. A United Nations analysis has even estimated that by 2030, the entire mega-project will generate nearly 945,000 new jobs, potentially lifting hundreds of thousands of people out of poverty. However, despite these promising benefits, the project comes with its own environmental and social costs. One of the biggest concerns is the impact on the environment, as the Tren Maya is being built in one of the most densely forested areas on the continent. Unsurprisingly, millions of trees have been cut down to make room for construction. Mexico has already acknowledged that around 3.4 million trees have been lost due to this work, but this assumes that the figures provided are as accurate as they claim. Other estimates suggest that the number of trees cut down could be as high as 6 million, or even a staggering 10 million, and the project isn't even fully finished yet. Mexico has promised to replant all the forests that have been destroyed during construction. While this plan sounds good, many are still concerned about the long-term impact and whether the replanting efforts can truly replace what has been lost. However, it's not just the trees on the surface that are at risk. Beneath the Yucatán Peninsula lies a network of underground rock formations called cenotes. These cenotes have been a crucial source of fresh water for local communities for centuries. But now, with the ongoing construction, these cenotes face the threat of contamination or even total destruction. The Tren Maya and a new airport in Tulum aim to bring millions of tourists to Yucatán, along with more resorts, casinos, and shops. For example, the plan seeks to boost tourism at the Calakmul Biosphere Reserve, from 50,000 to 3 million visitors annually. While tourism could create jobs, there are concerns about worsening water shortages. Access to drinking water is a major problem. The railway needed a lot of water, and what's worrying is the demand it will create, especially in areas with little water infrastructure like Espujil. Experts note that water availability in Yucatán has dropped by almost 2/3 in the past 20 years, causing rationing. As demand rises, water will become scarcer due to deforestation, pollution, and climate change. Additionally, building over cenotes, underground freshwater reserves, could damage this fragile system and lead to pollution from the diesel-powered trains. Another key concern is the fragmentation of wildlife habitats, particularly for species like jaguars in the Calakmul Reserve, home to one of Mesoamerica's largest jaguar populations. While wildlife crossings are planned, most will be underpasses, which may not be effective for larger carnivores and monkeys. Anna G. from the Plant for the Planet Foundation notes that without a long-term protection plan, these crossings may fail to protect wildlife. What's more, by framing the Tren Maya as a project of national security, the Mexican government has found a way to bypass important legal and environmental regulations. This means that concerns from local communities and environmentalists may be ignored, further complicating the balance between development and preservation. Another concern many people have is that this project could destroy newly uncovered ruins and artifacts from the Maya civilization. Estimates on the number of these discoveries vary, with some reports suggesting anywhere from 1,000 to as many as 25,000. The construction of this project has the potential to damage, destroy, or even bury some of these sites forever. While many of these ruins are protected by Mexican law, not all will be, especially with how quickly the project is moving forward. This raises an important question. Should we allow ancient history to stand in the way of a modern project that could bring benefits today? Looking at the railway now, we can see that most of its segments are already open to the public, showing how rapidly the project is progressing. So, how is the project doing so far? When the Tren Maya was first planned, it was expected to carry between 22,000 and 37,000 passengers daily. However, the most recent figures show the number is still only around 1,200 passengers. That said, it's important to remember that the Tren Maya is not yet fully built, and it hasn't started running at full capacity. With that in mind, it's possible that ridership will increase over time. Still, it seems like a long road ahead, and it may be hard to imagine reaching those initial numbers, But who knows? Maybe they can make it happen, especially since they'll need high ridership to cover the cost of construction. One way to increase ridership is by focusing more on local residents, adjusting the marketing to appeal to them. After all, the Tren Maya doesn't just pass through tourist destinations and archaeological sites, but it could also serve as a dedicated passenger or commuter line. To make this work, the pricing would need to be more affordable. For example, if the train's ticket prices were made more competitive with local buses, the ridership could grow. Currently, a bus ride from Cancun to Chichen Itza costs around $13 USD and takes about 3.5 hours. In comparison, the train ride costs $30 USD, but only takes 2.5 hours, making it less appealing for those on a tight budget. While the time difference may not seem significant, traveling by train is definitely more efficient overall. Unlike buses, trains are not affected by traffic jams, so you're likely to save more time. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you can see more videos like this. See you in our next video. Until then, take care and thanks for watching.